Hello there, welcome to the video for Module 1 for EDEL 412 Elementary Science Methods here at Kansas State University. Module 1 is comprised of essentially 4 assignments and 2 quizzes. The 4 assignments, however, are broken up in a way that 2 of those assignments go together. So it really feels like 3 separate assignments and then 2 quizzes that deal with really 2 of the assignments. I'll show you how that's broken down now. First of all, you'll notice that it's a little bit out of order, but there's a reason for that. The first assignment that you're going to do is the autobiography letter. And this is actually meant to be the introduction letter that you would write to your cooperating teacher. Now, I understand that some of you won't work with a cooperating teacher, and due to different circumstances, maybe you've already had a practical experience, or you're pursuing an alternative pathway. In those cases, we will work out an alternative assignment for you to still write some sort of introduction letter, but it may be something like writing an introductory letter or an introduction letter to your future principal, telling them about you. The principal, in the first job where you have your first classroom by yourself. We'll figure that out on a one-on-one basis. But for everyone else, it should be pretty straightforward. If you read the instructions, there are specific things that you want the letter to contain. I've uploaded 2 example letters for you to peruse, to get ideas from. In particular, the format of them is important. So you'll want to look at those, follow the directions. It's pretty straightforward. Now we're going to move up and go back to the top of Module 1, and you're going to notice the first major assignment that you're going to do, it's not a graded assignment. And the reason why is it's a research instrument called the STEBI. And what this stands for is Science Teaching Efficacy Beliefs Inventory. And the idea with the STEBI is it's going to have you sort of take an inward look and consider and sort of mull over, how do I feel about the idea or the notion of teaching science to young children? And I'll get more specific in the STEBI video about that, but essentially that's what you're trying to do with using that instrument. This is a research instrument that's actually very, very good, and it'll give you some new ideas maybe, or a new perspective on what you feel about teaching and teaching science specifically. After you complete that, there will be 2 articles that you'll want to read that have to do with that. Again, I'll be more specific in the STEBI video, but those 2 articles will sort of support the work that you've done in conducting the STEBI exercise and then grading it or scoring it yourself. So you read those 2 articles, and then you'll take quiz number 1. And you're about halfway done at that point. Between the autobiography letter and the STEBI and then quiz 1, you're halfway done with Module 1. You complete Module 1 by doing these 2 final assignments that really go together, and then there's a quiz that goes with them. Module 1 will end with the student misconceptions interview, and then based off of that interview, you will prepare an interview summary that you'll type up that's a minimum of 500 words. The 500-word minimum is very not hard to reach. Very not hard. I know that's not great grammar, but I'm going to stick with it. Very not hard to reach with the summary of this interview, because there's so much depth in that interview and there's so much knowledge that you can glean from it that the summary is actually a very easy thing to do, you'll see. So you conduct the interview. Again, there will be a video for this that will explain that. And then you will write an interview summary that's due exactly 1 week later from that date. Finally, you will wrap that up by taking a misconceptions quiz. Then you're completely done with Module 1. Again, I'll get more detailed in videos about those particular assignments, but this is just your introduction to the module.